A woman who adopted a rescue dog just a few years ago found her calling. She ran with the idea that when a dog is happy, he's much more appealing and adoptable. And nothing makes a dog happier in a cold concrete animal shelter than a blanket.
Hi, it's Eileen from Operation Blankets of Love.
Operation Blankets of Love.
Operation Blankets of Love.
For Operation Blankets of Love.
On Operation Blankets of Love. Operation Blankets of Love.
Operation Blankets of Love.
Hi there. Want to learn the simple concept that has saved the lives of tens of thousands of shelter animals? Let's meet Eileen and Brad Smulson of Operation Blankets of Love and find out. So Brad and Eileen, you came up with the simple yet revolutionary concept of bringing blankets to shelter animals to make them more adoptable. How did that come to you?
Well, it was in 2008. In January, it was a cold, rainy day, and I went to visit a new shelter, and it was a $20 million plus shelter. And when I went there, I saw that the puppies were shivering on the cement floor, and there were no blankets. So I went to complain, and they told me they were showcasing the puppies. And I said, that's great, but you have to have blankets. And they said, there's no budget, and we run out of blankets. So I decided that I needed to do something. As soon as you put a simple blanket down or a soft, fluffy towel underneath a cat, their entire system relaxes, their immune system is stronger, they're happier, their tails start wagging, and a potential adopter, it reminds them of their home. And those are the ones that get adopted time after time. So a simple blanket or fluffy towel can save a life of an animal.
So take us through a day in the life of Operation Blankets of Love.
For what I do, I handle the operations of Operation Blankets of Love. I make sure that the organization is well stocked with food and comfort supplies for the shelters and rescues that call upon us. Just the other day, we had about 6 rescue organizations come to Operation Blankets of Love, and we must have given them literally distributed a ton of food and blankets and towels to these organizations, and that must have been for maybe over 300 dogs and cats altogether for what they have.
This is the office of Operation Blankets of Love. Now this was just made probably not even a year ago. My guest room became an office because we have lots of volunteers, cannot do without volunteers, to help us do our operation.
Do you have a favorite wonderful outcome story?
Every week there's always something going on, and there's always great stories happening just about
Every day.
Every day. One wonderful story is about this group of individuals that what they did is they took the cats, believe it or not, feral cats, off of Catalina Island and had them fixed here in the LA area. There was a massive airlift, and we provided all the food, all the supplies to make that happen. We also supplied this group with about 5 igloos, dog igloos, believe it or not. And this organization brought it back to Catalina and put it in the location where the cats would eventually come back to after they were fixed, and use it as a habitat so that they can get out of the elements. Basically, that's what keeps us going. These wonderful, wonderful people that we meet, and these great stories and these great outcomes.
So you pretty much started out as a mom and pop operation with just a couple of donation bins. What do you think catapulted you to national recognition, and where does your operation go from here?
I would pitch in the beginning when I started, pitch newspapers about what we do and how the community can come together and help animals. There's lots of human interest stories, but I wanted an animal interest story, and we were very lucky to be in one of the main papers on the front page, the Daily News, on Sunday.
Basically, the idea of what we do is just catches on from a TV show or newspapers or magazines that deal with animals, animal rescue, because it's a good story.
The more people we inspire, which happens every day, we get so many new people emailing us, calling us when they hear about what we do from social media, from being in national magazines, national television shows. The more people we inspire, the more animals we can save. Brad and I know that at least once a month we're helping to save 2,000 homeless animals. So it's about 24,000 a year. And when we inspired across the country, think how many more animals are going to be saved.
So this endeavor obviously involves a huge time commitment on both your parts. At what point did you decide to take the plunge and make this your life's work?
Well, it's a labor of love for both of us, and I had to give up a full-time job, with medical coverage and vacation, but when we see and hear all the positive stories that evolve from what we do, it's worth it because we are saving lives of animals every day, and you can't really put a price on saving an animal.
We are humbled by the experience of helping people and animals. Homeless people, definitely. When you see somebody that walks away with a package that we gave of food and a blanket, it puts a smile on your face.
For humans, first impressions can mean the difference between getting a job and being unemployed, between finding a mate and being alone. For many shelter animals, first impressions can mean the difference between life and death. Thanks to the work of Operation Blankets of Love, uncounted shelter animals can find life. For Rescue Legacy, I'm Greg Potter. Thanks for watching. Eileen? Brad? Did you guys get copy?